Good morning. I'm talking to you from Luxembourg today, and I'm in Parc de Merle across the road from where we live. Isn't it beautiful? Lots of flowers. There's plenty of people and children in here enjoying it. I'd like to talk to you today about something very, very close to my heart, and that is gifted and talented children. When I was young, I saw and heard spirit as clearly as I can see and hear you. And this was devastating for me. I actually thought I was mad. My parents certainly didn't know how to navigate it and help me. So I had a very difficult time in my childhood around that. And as a result, it's become like a passion of mine to assist parents with these sorts of children. Now, I was talking to someone the other day about their child, and this subject came up, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to make a video. And just before I went away, I didn't have time, so I'm doing it today. My first day here in Luxembourg and in Europe, and I'll be making a few videos on a few different things while I'm here. And what I'd like to talk to you about today is children over the age of, let's say, 2 or 3. Under that age, they have what you call the night terrors. So they have bad dreams, they can't get out of the dream, they can't wake up, they can't go back to sleep. They're actually stuck in between worlds. And I will do a video on night terrors, but today I'd like to do a video on children above that age, up until late teens, that at the moment are experiencing nightmares of a very negative nature. They're being chased, hunted down, in war, being killed, and they're very, very afraid. And it's very lucid dreaming as well. And sometimes they're premonitions, and this can really, really scare them. And what that is, it's an initiation of a sensitive or an empathic child. So they're actually traveling to these different places on the planet and experiencing, seeing, witnessing what's going on, and they feel hopeless. They can't do anything about it, or sometimes even their soul is being attacked. And I know that sounds a bit scary, but that is what's happening. But I would like you not to tell them that. As a parent, you need to always remain calm and in control. You're the one that is navigating the situation for your child, not the other way around. If you're afraid of what's happening to your child, you'll make matters worse. So my advice is to pull yourself together. When they talk to you about what's going on, when they're screaming or they're really afraid, I want you to take a deep breath, to remain really calm, and tell them repeatedly, it's okay, you're safe, look around, nothing's here, you're perfectly safe, I'm here, I'm not going to let anything bad happen to you, you're absolutely safe. Now, if your child's able to understand in different forms of language, you can explain to your child that in the dream, they are actually perhaps witnessing things that are happening on the planet, and this is an initiation. It's an initiation into fear and darkness. Now, what that does is the initiation keeps you trapped in there. So all those feelings that they're feeling, all the fear that they're going through, all the anxiety, the tension, the absolute terror sometimes, and even the depression that goes on because they think they're weird and they're different. The darkness is actually feeding off that. And one way they get to your children is through electronics. So what I'd like you to do is check the bedroom. Make sure there's no electronics in there and no electrical points near their head or behind their head in another room. That's extremely important because negativity can travel through electrical currents, and it can travel through the internet. So I want you, regardless of how much your child screams like they're going off crack cocaine, get them off it at least 2 hours before they go to bed. Make sure they have a nice shower to cleanse their body, put some beautiful aromatherapy in their room, and make it all peaceful. A very low light, maybe a candle, something like that. So you want to get your kids in a very peaceful state before they go to sleep. And I know it's hard with teenagers, but you are the adult and you're the one they're living with. So you have to demonstrate some discipline towards this situation and help them. Now, another thing to do is to, if you can, if they're open to the conversation, is to explain to them that they do have a talent and they do have a gift, and that gift is a little bit like being psychic, a spiritual talent. Sometimes I think calling kids special and psychic is an obstruction, and it's not healthy for them at all. So what you want to do is just say that they have a little gift. It's a unique gift to them. Or you can look on YouTube and see other children that have the same thing. And they are now needing to learn to harness that gift. Just as if you had a gift for mathematics, a gift for music, a gift for riding your bike, you sometimes have a gift for navigating energy. And it's important for them to understand that there is a plane of existence. Gee, this is hard to talk about because I understand it in different terms, and so forgive me if I'm flustering a little bit. It's when I've got the parent or the children in front of me, it's much easier for me to explain than just to a camera to no one, because I haven't got a problem existing for me to talk about. So just excuse this for a moment. What I want to say is it's very important to calm their nerves, make sure that there's no electricity or electrical currents or computer business going on before bed, at least 2 hours beforehand, and to understand that this is an initiation, and it's an initiation of fear. Now, to go to the other level where you're healing, you're seeing positive things for people, you have to go through the dimensions of reality. And so you need to know in the third and the fourth dimension both sides of reality, the good and the bad. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. So the bad side of it is voices in your head, horrible visions, feeling really yucky, and sometimes they can be premonitions and you need to listen to them, but sometimes it's just mischievous beings trying to make you afraid. So it's like watching a scary movie, and it's also like having a friend who's bad talking to you and making you afraid and trying to stop you from doing what you want to do because they don't want to do it, because they don't have the courage to do it. So it's like that, having that negative friend. And if you've got a negative friend, what do you do with that negative friend? You say no to that negative friend and you walk away, or you stop being friends with them. So one way to stop being friends with the darkness is to actually not allow it to come into your life. And how you don't allow it to come into your life is turn off any way that it can get in there. In other words, again, through computers and electrical circuits, but also through alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, bad eating habits. Sugar can be a big thing for the brain. And watching scary movies, reading horrible content, listening to the news is often very terrifying for children. And if they're talented, they will psychically link to that event, and then they'll have a dream about it. It's incredible. We are all interconnected, and what you connect your children to is what they, in reality, receive. So as a parent, it's very important what you feed your children on every single level. And like I said, if they are having these horrible experiences, it's important that you take control, that you point out to them first and foremost, look around you in the room. You're safe. I'm here. I'm not going to let anything happen to you. It's okay. We're going to figure this out. Now, what you can do is start to direct their energy. So before they go to sleep, you say a prayer, or you do some writing and release the day, or you light a candle, you use a crystal, something that focuses their energy on something positive as opposed to something negative. Now, with saying that, you can't just expect that to happen on one day or doing it for 1 week or 2 weeks. This child could have a lifetime of these experiences that you're actually cleaning up. And it can also have beings that stalk them throughout one lifetime to another. That's another subject. But for now, I want you to relax those children. Get them a massage. Massage their head, their feet, their hands before they go to sleep. Make a little tape, a CD, an MP3 that gives them positive affirmations as they sleep, using their name and stating that they are safe, that they're secure. Once you've been through the initiation of darkness, where it tries to hang on to you and keep you drawn into its reality, then you go into the positive realms. And that's exactly what's happened to me. When someone comes to me for a reading, I don't see the darkness. I don't see the negativity in their life. I see the goodness in their life, and I focus them on that. And that's what your children can do too, but they need your help. If you would like to ask me a question, you can, and I will attempt to answer it. If you'd like to come and see me, go to my website, lovelightandtruth.com, and I'll do my best to help you. This is Susan Ashley. Have a fantastic day. I'm going to go for a walk now because it's just started to rain in very grey Luxembourg.